Hello, everyone. This is Evie, the Original Master here, and I am back with a new Twitter video for you guys today. And boy, do I have a very special treat for you guys today. And it is going to be about this particular tweet that I've came across on Twitter from Casselkins. So, nothing against Casselkins. This has nothing to do with him, but it has to deal with the replies that I have received when I replied to this particular tweet. So basically, Casselkins posted this tweet on yesterday of these renders of Mario, but one of these renders are not like the others. It's because that three of these renders are official from Nintendo. These are officially renders by Nintendo, while the other one is actually a fan-made render. And which one is fan-made, you may ask? Well, it's actually the second one. Well, if you guys don't know, that the second render is basically an inspiration render of Mario from Super Mario Party on the Nintendo Switch, where the original render shows Mario holding a dice block from the game Super Mario Party. He's actually holding his Mario dice block, the red one. And basically, what this person did is they tweaked it to where Mario isn't holding the block and he actually has his hands on his hips. There are no official links or confirmations that this render is official by Nintendo. It's because that if you go to websites like Super Mario Wiki and if you go through the galleries, all of the renders that you see on that site are official from Nintendo. You are not allowed to basically post any fan-made stuff on the wiki. It's because it's supposed to be meant for official confirmations of Nintendo. So it has to be official artwork by Nintendo and not fan-made. So I basically replied to this tweet stating that, sir, the second render that you've used is not an official render of Nintendo. It's actually a render that some fan took and they tweaked it to make it look like it's an official render, but it's not. And so this resulted into people saying, oh, I don't know the difference between an official and a fake render. And I do know the differences and the similarities is because that it's not an official render. It's fake. It's not a render made on Blender. Is because that usually when people makes a render on Blender, it's usually their own original pose, or they try to recreate an official render from Nintendo using Blender. And that's another thing that I actually like about the people on Twitter, is that they can actually make their own Mario renders using Blender to make it look like the actual renders from Nintendo, even though that they're not official, they're actually fan-made. So if I were you guys, please do not trust Google Images most of the times when you're looking up Mario renders, is because that if you do, most of the renders that you might see on Google Images are fan-made by other users out there on the internet. Super Mario Wiki is a perfect example for you guys to look up official artworks from Nintendo of Mario games. Is because that there are official renders from Nintendo. They are used for promotional material, they're used for the games and whatnot. So do not trust Google Images to look up Mario renders. Is because that it may look official, but at the same time it's not. It's because you can clearly tell that this was tweaked by some Photoshop user. It was probably photoshopped to where they probably tweaked it to make it look like it's an official render, where 9 times out of 10 it's not. It's based off of Mario's render from Super Mario Party of him holding the Mario dice block, and that's what the render is based off of. Alright, so that's the video, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I want this to be a clarification for you guys out there to always double check your research. Always ask people out there, hey, is this official? Hey, is this fan-made? And if they say if it's not official, then you can appreciate it. But honestly, I think this is not a good example of showcasing Mario throughout the years, just because that one of these renders is not like the others. Like I've mentioned in the beginning, is that 3 of these renders are official. Like the first one is from Super Mario 3D World, the second one is a fan-made one, the third image is Mario from Super Mario Run, and the last one is obviously from Super Mario Odyssey. So yeah, so 3 of those renders are official, while one of them is not. So just to make a clarification, and again, once I made, oh yeah, sorry, what I was trying to say is that when I actually made this correction Of course, people were obviously getting all salty with me. That's just Twitter. Twitter just doesn't want to hear the truth. They always want to argue with you if you try to make a clarification and try to correct them in the wrong, and they always just have to say, "Oh, it doesn't matter." Yes, sir, it does matter. It's because it does matter. Is because that if you use a fan-made render that looks 100% official, and it can be mistaken because you can because it looks so accurate to the official renders, you might think it's official, but it really isn't. It's because there's no proof of this render being official from Nintendo. There's no links of it. There isn't a link to a Nintendo Instagram account or a Twitter account or from a YouTube video. It's officially made by a fan that was just tweaked. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end off this video because I think I've already made my point across here. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with a new video.